Hi guys, happy Tuesday. How's everybody doing? Everybody doing okay? I'm doing great. I was just kind of rattling around in here and looking for something to do, some way to feel productive. Had a lot of coffee and I thought, I feel like talking. Let's go talk to the Paddiwackers. But what are we gonna talk about? Do you have your water? Do you have your water? Okay. If you don't have anything that works, like if you don't have iced tea or some coffee or something, go get something. I'll just sit here and ramble about the weather or something for a minute while you guys get your water, because this is going to be the first thing we talk about. Nita, what are you here to talk about today? Well, let me tell you. I was trying to think of something to talk about that we haven't. I was trying to think of something that we could talk about. This is what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about things that we need to practice no matter what Weight Watcher program you're on. If you're on Classic, if you're on Smart Points, if you're on Freestyle, if you're on PointsPlus, all the things that we're going to talk about right now need to be remembered and practiced. Lucky you. I am bored, so I'm making a video that I have made 100 times, but let's go for 101. Okay, so you're back, you have your water. That is gonna be number one. Now, I was originally gonna have 5 things, but things keep popping up in my head that I wanna talk about. But first and foremost with me is always water. You guys have to drink water, and you have to drink, well, that is kind of, the jury's kind of out on that. Ask your doctor if you're not sure, or ask your Weight Watcher leader. I have myself this full all day long. I drink it all day long. I stop at about 5 because I like to keep my bathroom visits to a minimum of 10 after I go to bed. Now, I'm super lucky in that I love drinking water. I was never a soda drinker. I just never drank soda. I didn't have it in my house when I grew up, and I didn't have it in my house when my children are grown up. So I have my water, and on my counter, I always have a bottle of lemon juice. This lemon juice is from the 99-cent store, you guys. Steve keeps it replenished for me. I fill up my water, I throw in the lemon juice, I can just carry it around with me all day long. Now I know so many people just, Nita, I don't like water. I know. There's a lot of other ways around it besides the lemon, like these True Lemon. Okay, this is just one company that makes all sorts of yummy different flavors. In the juice aisle at your market, there are tons and tons of flavors with and without caffeine, flavor enhancers. There's so many ways around it, you guys. Try to find something that works for you. I feel bad because a lot of people truly hate drinking water, but it's a super duper important part of your weight loss. So let's hear water. Ding. The second most important thing of all. Does your kitchen look like mine? Do you have every single kind of measuring utensil there is to have? Do you have many of them so that you're ready at the drop of a hat to weigh and measure? Not even to mention your scale. Are you guys set? Do you have all of this so when you're making a recipe? Let's go talk about it. You guys, no matter what program you're doing, you have to weigh and measure everything. There's no getting around it if you want to lose weight. If you don't want to lose weight, then don't bother. But no matter what program you're on, weigh and measure, especially if you're doing freestyle. Can I just tell you my little freestyle story? Let's talk about chicken for a minute. It seems that Nita can eat like 3 chickens in one setting, and Nita did, and Nita wasn't losing any weight. Freestyle tells you that 1 serving of white breast meat is 0 smart point. Not all the meat that you want. Nita, why can't you talk? I don't know, I can never talk. I didn't show this one. This is one of my favorites. I use this especially for when I'm going out, and then I measure my salad dressing. I put it in here. I put the little lid on. I put it in my bag, and I'm set to go. There's just no way around it, you guys. You have to weigh and measure everything. And along with weighing and measuring is tracking. Tracking, ooh, tracking. Nita, I hate tracking. If you want to lose weight, you have to track everything. I saw a brilliant video by Kim, the prep whisperer, over Easter, where she did a demonstration on jelly beans and how, you know, we're just walking through the house and there's some jelly beans. Let's grab some and throw them back. Oh, yummy. And then you go through and then you come back and grab some more jelly beans. I think by the end of what was a normal trip through the house at Easter time, it had added up to be like 23 points. You guys, you have to track everything. From the largest of large meals to the teeniest of tiniest, because the teeniest of tiniest, what are also known as BLTs, bites, and tastes. Nita! I need to do some exercises. Man, that stuff adds up, you guys. Hold on, please. Time to take a drink. Everybody take a drink. Okay, drink time. You do, too, have to measure your water and make sure you get enough. You guys, all the little stuff. The first thing I noticed when I started my program was when I was making Steve and Oliver's lunch at night. Chip for him, chip for me, right? Cookie for him, cookie for me. Eat! Or if you're gonna do it, track it. Track it. You know what? Track the way that makes you happy. If you like the app, use the app. If you like paper, use paper. If you like smoke signals, use smoke signals. If you want to get a big chalkboard for your living room, get a chalkboard. I can tell you where to buy one. Just track. No matter what program you're on, you have to track. Another thing you have to do is move. Now, I'm not telling you have to go to your local gym and buy the biggest membership and work out every day and build muscle. Just move a little bit. If you don't move at all, move a couple steps and come on back. Next day, move a few more steps and come on back. There's a big hole in my couch. I'm gonna show it to you guys in a minute. We call it lovingly the hole because I made it myself. I made that hole because I sat my happy ass on that couch day in, day out, night in, night out, and it caved in because I was so heavy from sitting in the same spot on that couch because I never moved. I never moved, you guys. So when I started my weight loss program, one day I got up and I went out and I walked. And I didn't walk terribly far, and I came back, and I thought, oh, that was refreshing. My body was like, oh, that was refreshing. The next day I did it again and again. And finally Steve noticed that I was missing. He's like, where are you going? What you doing? And I'm like, I'm walking. And I started just going small, and then I went down the whole street, back. And now I walk like 4 miles a day, either around my neighborhood or at the park. You don't have to start out with fireworks, guys. Just a little. Get your heart pumping. And you will thank me later. Now I walk all the time, but mostly for me, it's for mental reasons, not so much for Weight Watchers, even though that's why I'm telling you to do it. For me, it clears my head. You know, it's like the brain dental floss. Go for a walk and it clears everything that ails you. Or a swim. Summer's coming. I love the water. My grandson and I, we spend tons of time in the water. I used to teach water aerobics. Find something you like. Don't do something that you don't enjoy. Nobody's got time for that. Find something that you enjoy and just move a little bit. So on whatever program you're doing, you have points, correct? Question mark? You either have smart points, or even if you're doing simply filling, you have some 0 points foods. People, all points are not the same. Just because you are allotted 23, 27, 30, 33, whatever your point allowance is a day, that doesn't mean you should use all those points on crappy food. And again, anything that I'm telling you guys, I apply to myself as well. I don't want anybody, especially if you're new here, welcome. Welcome to the Paddiwack Party. We have a good time here. If you're new here and you're thinking, who's this lady telling us what we should or shouldn't do? I'm not telling anybody what you should or shouldn't do. I'm giving you advice that I learned myself. Is a container of delicious pineapple and cottage cheese. This is 3 Smart Points. This is a Built Bar. This is also 3 Smart Points. We all need to have a snack, a sweet treat now and then, something so that we don't feel like we're eating cardboard all the time or that we're unsatisfied, because the minute we're unsatisfied is when we binge or overeat or overdo it because we're trying to make up for that. But next time you need a snack, take a moment and just ask yourself, hey, do I really need something sweet? Or will the cottage cheese or the yogurt or something that's a little better for me do in a pinch? Which one? We want to eat foods that are good for us. Do we want to eat these too? You betcha. I personally cannot afford to purchase online foods. Like there's sweet snacks, I think they're like Swedish fish. And the Smart Cakes and all those wonderful options everybody has, and they are wonderful options, and I have had the pleasure of trying them out from time to time. But again, it's not in our budget for me to have those. And I think that's kind of a good thing, because people, we don't need 3 snacks a day. We don't need a snack after lunch. We don't need a snack between lunch and dinner and then another snack after dinner. What got us here in the first place? What got us to having to lose weight? Was it having too many snacks? But Nita, we have the points, lady. What are you talking about? Well, just give it some thought. Nutrition. You know, there's a lot to be said for nutrition and what's good for your body and what's gonna stall. Is anybody stalled right now? Take a note. How many snack foods are you eating? You don't have to eat them. Somewhere, I think it's like through the magic of television and watching how people eat on TV. I never had, in my home growing up, my mother never made dessert. We were not a dessert family. My husband, on the other hand, has to have ice cream every single night. Him and Oliver have their ice cream. I sit in the other room. Or if I'm prepared and that's a night that I'm gonna have a dessert, I'll sit with them. Nowhere is it written that we have to have dessert every single night. And we have to have a snack every single day. We don't. I mean, look at Laura Ingalls when she was on Little House on the Prairie. Mama probably made some pretty darn good cupcakes, but I can guarantee you she didn't make them every day. Right? I don't know. When I saw the Brady kids walking through the house snacking, they were usually picking up an apple or an orange. Hey, I'm hip on the TV. What's it called? You don't have to have snacks, guys. It's up to you on your weight loss, on your program. It's up to you whether you make those choices. Due to technical difficulties, we had to switch cameras. But I just want to remind you guys that these are tips and reminders for everybody on any Weight Watcher program. All these things need to be done in order to be successful. Thanks for hanging out with me. I sure do appreciate it. Drink your water and know where your bathrooms are.